Hey, welcome back to PQF Academy. As always, thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and sharing the videos. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. Just basically thank you for rocking out with me. We are on part what? I think this is part 21. Also, this is the new year. I do know that I've been saying today's Monday where we're going to be making the pattern, right? I do know that this Wednesday, Sewing for a Profit should have been coming out this Wednesday, but I'm going to delay it. I'm going to delay it until January 15th. There's a reason why I'm delaying it, because something's in the works that I'm working on, and it should be done by January. Not should be, it will be done by January 15th. That's the only reason why Sewing for a Profit is being delayed until January 15th. And if you're new here and you don't know what Sewing for a Profit is, it's basically going to be an addition onto this channel to anyone who wants to learn how to turn what we're doing, making these handbags, into a profit. So on Wednesday, it will be happening every single Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is where we will be learning the ins and outs of starting a handbag business. Okay? So I was thinking, right? We've been making bags, with this one pattern that we've been making. We've been making bags. I was like, wait, what if somebody doesn't want to carry a bag? What if they want to carry a clutch? What if they're going out and they want a nice little clutch and they want to make it for themselves? Instead of having to tote around a bag. If I don't know, let's say ladies, what you want, like your cell phone, some money, your ID, maybe a couple of credit cards. Did I say lipstick or lip gloss? And your powder stuff. Are some in a lip liner, all that stuff. Something small to where you don't have to chug it into the bar or chug it into the club with you. You don't want a real big purse. So I was like, as I was looking and I was actually creating the pattern, I was like, I think I may have found it. Here's the pattern that we're going to use. The pattern that we're going to use is still the same similar pattern. It's just a little bit smaller, and we have to take it in another direction. It's not too big of a different direction. Just make it in another direction. All right. So it's going to be the exact same pattern we've been using, but it's going to be smaller and just a tad bit different on the sides. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to drawing. All right, so the first part of the bag that we are going to draw is going to be the exterior piece. All right, so the exterior is going to be it's going to be 9.5 by 5.5. So 9.5 by 5.5. All right. Let's make sure we got this lined up and this is straight. All right, 9.5 by 5.5. I know you're probably like, oh my gosh, that looks so small, but this is an Android and this is an iPhone. So we do still have plenty of room for those right there on the inside. So this is the main thing that I know a lot of people are looking to make sure that they have. All right, is their phone, their ID, and phone ID, some money, and a credit card or debit card, whatever. Okay, so we make sure that we have that right there. Okay, now what I want to go ahead and do, I want to put right here, our famous corner. We're gonna do an inch corner. Okay, we're gonna do an inch. See if I got that lined up. All right, so our corner is going to be about 1 inch. No, actually, you know what? Let's make it a 1/2 inch. I'll feel comfortable with a 1/2 inch, actually. So I'm going to use my other ruler for the 1/2 inch. So Matter of fact, I want to go back to my other ruler. I don't know why I did that. So we're going to do about a 1/2 inch. This is much better. Okay. So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch. I know I said an inch, but let's do a 1/2 inch. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go on the inside. We're going to do a we're going to do a we're going to do about a, we're going to do a 1/2 inch also. We're going to do a 1/2 inch dot right about here. So right here, we're going to do this. About a 1/2 inch, right? And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take and connect from this dot, that dot, to here. We're going to connect that, okay? All right. So we got one side done. Now, with this, because I want it to be symmetrical, I'm not going to do the other side. So when I go to cut this out, I'm going to cut out this piece and of course cut out this. And then I'm going to cut this on the fold in between, all right? So I'm going to make sure I got this folded, find the middle, fold it, and then I'm going to cut it that way, all right? So this is going to be our main body. Now with this, you're going to cut 2 exterior and 1, and you're going to cut 1 lining. Okay? That's our main body piece. Now, what we're going to cut, what we're going to make next is our card slots. Now, our card slots are going to be about 4.5 inches by 5 inches. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and use this line, you know, because I'm a little lazy, so I don't want to. All right. Straighten my poster board out. This is what I love about my grid mat, because I can straighten it out. It's going to be easy for me. So it's straightening out pretty easy. So it's 4.5 by 5. So we got 4.5 by 5 inches. So card slot. And don't forget to put the measurements. So 4.5, 5. We did what, 9.5 by what, 5.5? I think it was. Yeah, 5.5. So I'm gonna put that right here. No, I'm gonna put it right here. 5.5. All right. Now, so we did our card slot. Now what we want to do, we have to there's going to be a middle piece that we're going to have to do. Okay? There's a middle piece that we do, and we're going to have to do that one, all right? So the middle piece is basically where the cards are going to go at, all right? So that's the middle piece. The middle piece is where the cards are going to go. So that is actually going to be 4.5 . Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. No, because it's not 4.5. I'm sorry, I blanked out. So it will be 5.5 tall. So it will be 4.5. So it'll be 5.5 tall by, I was thinking about something else. Because I know that this is 5.5 tall by 4.5 wide. So that's what threw me off a little bit for myself. I was thinking about something else. But, so we're going to go 5.5 tall. Sorry, that was my alarm, if you heard that. 5.5 tall by 4.5 long. All right. Because I know my outside piece is 5.5, right? So that's the height of my exterior. So 4.5 by 5.5. Okay. Okay, so we're going to name this. This is going to be middle card slot. All right. Now what we're going to make our we're going to make the rest of this portion of it right here, okay? So this is going to be 3.5 wide by 5.5 tall. So I'm going to come back over here, 3.5 wide. I'm going to come back over here, right here in this little clump, by 5.5 tall. So that should put me right onto, oops, let me go ahead and fix this. That should put me right on here, right up at the top of here, because I know this is 5. So line that right there up. 5.5 by 5.5, there we go. Across, come straight down. Okay. So I said 3.5 by 5.5. And this is going to be out. This is going to be like the outer part of it. Out or end. Now, no, you don't have to do that. What I was about to say, you don't really have to do that. So you'll cut 2 of these. You'll cut 1. This is going to be the lining. This is also going to be the lining. Your card slots, if you want it to be the lining, you can have it as the lining, the same color as the lining. It's 100% up to you. Whatever you decide to do inside your bag for the card slots, it's whatever you decide that you want to do, okay? So this is our pattern that we're going to be using. This is the pattern we're going to be making. Yeah, so we already have the tab, so we don't really have to do the tab. We can make the wristlet portion of it. That's not a problem. We can definitely do that. Or matter of fact, I can show you how to make the wristlet with what you already have, as far as like as far as the materials you have already, like the patterns, I should say, like using one of our what you call it, one of our, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name, one of our strap pieces, and use that as a wristlet, instead of us actually having to make a whole new wristlet piece if we don't want to. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. So let's go ahead and get this cut out, and we meet back face to face. All right, that was our pattern. So we have made our pattern. So this is what it should look like. This is what your pattern should look like, because remember, we folded it in half and we cut it. All right, fold it in half and we cut it on so it can be symmetrical. All right, so your pattern should look like this. This is what your pattern should look like. Here's your, so now one thing I do want to say, that this outer piece, because we have this card middle, because these two are going to go together, right? It should line up just like how this is, but I'm not going to have you do that yet, because we're going to do that once we have everything assembled. Because this is my first time making this bag, Once again, I just thought about the pattern and said, hey, why not give it a try? So that's why I'm doing it. So we have our main body, our two inner pieces, our lining pieces. All right, so one should be here and another one's gonna be here. That's why you're gonna cut two. Our card slot, this right here would fold over, but we'll get there and everything of that nature. We have our tab. I didn't bring over our strap because we're gonna grab that later. That on top of that, that's gonna depend on how long you want it also. So I'll show you how to basically get that down lower if you want to. If you want a strap for it, we can do a strap. If you don't want a strap, completely up to you. But if you do want a strap, you're gonna need about a 1-inch D-ring or O-ring, okay? What I want you to do for this one also, I want you to get a zipper, a pretty long nylon zipper. So this right here is about, what is this, 9.5 across. My nylon zipper is about, this is a 14-inch zipper. This was actually pretty cheap for me. So it's a 14-inch zipper. So I'd get a zipper as long as possible because, once again, like I said, this is my first time making this bag, and I want to, as I'm making it, I want to make it right along with you, and we're gonna work through this together. All right. So that's all of our pieces. That's everything that we need for Thursday. So once again, January 15, PQF Academy will be introducing Sewing for a Profit, where I would teach you all the business tricks and I wouldn't say tricks, but how to basically make this a business. How to be able to, save on taxes, how to price your items, where to display your items, all of that stuff you have to ask yourself about business and things about that nature, and so you can get this to grow for yourself at the end of the day. So that will be premiering January 15th, Wednesday, January 15th at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. One thing I am going to say about it on Wednesday, I don't know if I'm going to pre-record it or do it live. I'm not sure yet. But I do know that I do want to make it at least 10 to 15 minutes because I don't want you to have an overload. Okay? I don't want you guys to overload on information. So that's what I'm going to do on that channel, at least 10 to 15 minutes long. Maybe 30 minutes at the max, depending on what we are doing and what we are talking about. And that's really, that's probably be slim, very, very slim that would happen. But I'm going to keep it at least 10 to 15 minutes every Wednesday. As always, if you like today's video, please like, subscribe, and share. And let's get to 1,500 subscribers. I think we're currently at 1,300. Thanks again, guys. Honestly, like I say it all the time, I was expecting to only have 250 subscribers of January 1st. All right, so this is when I'm recording this, is January 1st. But yeah, I was only expecting to have 250 subscribers. But if we can try before the beginning of March, let's see if we can get to 1,500 and we can do another giveaway. All right. As always, thank you for tuning in to PQF Academy.